Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kim and welcome back to Uncommonkim. Hello, Kim from the future. Coming in to quickly do this intro because the clip corrupted and I don't understand. So I'm just gonna redo it. But hello, welcome. So in this vlog I am going to be reading fantasy. I'm trying to get back into my fantasy era and I have a whole 3 books I want to read for this vlog, which you will discover as we go through the vlog, and we're going to try and get myself back into my fantasy era as I haven't been in it for a very long time. So yeah, back to Paskim. And the book we're going to be starting with is Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. So I know this is kind of like epic fantasy, empires and all that shit. So the Empire's reign has lasted for decades, his mastery of bone shard powering the animal-like constructs that maintain law and order. But now his rule is failing and revolution is sweeping across the Empire's many islands. When the Emperor refuses to recognise his daughter as heir to the throne, she vows to prove her worth by mastering the forbidden art of bone shard magic. Yet such magic carries a deadly cost. So I'm very excited to start this one. This is one that's been on my TBR for a long time and is one that I do kind of really want to read. So I'm going to start with this one for this vlog and then give you multiple updates as I go through, and then once I finish the book, we'll move on to another book, but I'm not going to tell you what that is until I get to it. Basically. Haha, suspense. Yes. So I will come back and update you all when I have made some progress on the Bone Shard Daughter. I'm coming to update you. I am 40% of the way through Bone Shard Daughter, on page 205, and I'm really enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the world building and understanding the world and kind of what the world is going through, and we have 3 or 4 perspectives that we follow, and I'm enjoying following all of them. There's a certain perspective which is from someone we know called Sand, as in sand, and I really want to find out more from her because I have a suspicion, I have a prediction to do with sand. So I really want to have more from Sand. And I'm enjoying Lynn's perspective quite a lot, who is basically our main character. She's the Emperor's daughter, and I'm enjoying her perspective. Because at the end of every perspective we have from her, some shit's happening. Jovis I'm enjoying, but he is quite repetitive. And I can't remember what their names are, but it's like the couple who are on this different island. I am enjoying their perspective because they're kind of being quite rebellious and working with this group called the Shardless, who are basically like the rebellion against the Emperor. So I am really enjoying myself actually, and I'm finding it very easy to read. And my mental health's been a bit shit recently, so it is quite easy to just continue reading. It is like 8:30 right now, so I'm hoping I can get another 100 pages in tonight. If not, I'm not going to worry too much about it. But yeah, I just thought I'd come and update you, let you know I'm really enjoying my time. So yeah, I will come back and update you maybe when I've finished, maybe in another 100 pages, who knows. Hello, don't mind me, I'm in my skeleton onesie. Yes, Halloween is over. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to update you because I finished Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart, and I loved it. It was an absolute vibe. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I found the story really compelling, and I loved the world building and the characters. I previously said I wasn't enjoying Jovis's chapters as much, but literally after that update, his chapters just got better, and our characters kind of came together, some of them, and we discovered a lot more about our main character Lynn, which was really exciting. And also I had a prediction, like the main kind of plot twist, if you will, and I was right. So that's why I got a 4-star. It would have got a 5 if I didn't guess the main plot twist, but because I figured it out, I am only gonna give it 4. But I really enjoyed my time with this one, and I'm very excited to pick up book 2. Next week is final book support group, so I'm thinking reading book 2 and 3 for that, because I absolutely loved my time with this. It was such a fun read, and when I was mentally able to actually read, because my anxiety's been really shit, I flew through it. Honestly, I read, what is this, like a 430 page book, and I read 330 pages in like 12 hours. I really enjoyed my time with this. I absolutely loved it. A very easy 4-star, and also a book off of my 24 and 24, which is great. So the next book I'm going to be reading is a reread, and I put it on my 24 and 24 because I knew that book 3 was coming out this year, and that is Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. John Gwynne is one of my favourite authors of all time, if not my favourite author of all time. I love him from the Faithful and the Fallen series, and this is the Bloodsworn saga. So this is a trilogy. This is book 1. Book 3, which is Fury of the Gods, has just been released, and I'm very excited to get to that one, but I wanted to do a reread of Shadow of the Gods and Hunger of the Gods before I read Fury of the Gods. So this is a Norse-inspired world packed with myth, magic and bloody vengeance, and it is like multiple POV, but I love all the characters in this. Orca, you are my life and soul. I'm really excited to have a reread, and yeah, this is another one that's on my 24 and 24, so I'm very excited to get to this one. I'm hoping I can make a good chunk of it today. I'm off today and tomorrow. Tomorrow I do have therapy. I am now going back to therapy because I need it, and unfortunately it's taking too long to do that through the NHS, so my parents are paying for me to go private because I need it. So I have got therapy tomorrow, but my therapist always says afterwards to do a bit of self-care. Self-care to me is wearing my skeleton onesie, chilling out and reading this. I think I am going to take a little trip to my local Waterstones tomorrow, just to have a little smooch after therapy, just to cheer me up and maybe get myself like a hot chocolate or something, but then I'm going to come home and read this. So yeah, that's all I really need to update you on. But yeah, Bone Shard Daughter was a fucking vibe. Could honestly be in my top 10, even though it wasn't a 5-star. Really could be in my top 10, and that's saying something. So yeah, but anyway, we're going to move on to Shadow of the Gods, and I will come back and I will update you when I have made some good progress. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, I'm gonna have dinner, and then I will read a lot more this evening, maybe even try and finish this evening, because it is pretty quick. And Hello. I'm coming to you quite late because I have finished Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, and I forgot how much I love John and how much I love his worlds and how much I love this book. The entire plot and story is so compelling. The characters, you just want to find out more, and the story that he tells for each of these characters is just phenomenal. And Orca is my favourite. Orca is my favourite character that we follow in this. We see many different sides to her. We see her as a mother, we see her as a wife, and we see her as the baddest fucking warrior in the land. And I love her. I love her. And the twist we had at the end to do with her, I loved so much. And it's made me so excited to read Hunger of the Gods. So excited, and I do plan on reading it this month, so that does really excite me. But I've given this 5 stars and I loved it. I loved it. It was a great time, and I was on some reading sprints yesterday. Jade was doing some reading sprints on her Patreon, and Jade's reading it at the moment, and finding out where she was and seeing her reaction to it while I was maybe about 60 pages ahead of her and being like, oh, fucking hell, I know what's coming for you, was so fun. I'm so excited. I know she's doing some more sprints tomorrow, so I'm really hoping she hasn't finished it so I can just find out where she's at and watch her reaction to the end. Oh, I'm so excited. But it's quite late, so I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to you probably tomorrow about what I'm reading next, because at this very point in time I don't know what I'm reading next. So I'll come back and I'll update you in a bit. Hello, so I'm here to tell you what the final book I'm going to be reading for this vlog is of Get This Bitch Back Into Reading Fantasy. I might actually name that the title of this video. I'm trying to get this bitch back into fantasy. So we've had 2 quite epic big fantasy books, so I thought for the last one we'd go a bit more chill, a bit more cozy. We'll go for a cozy fantasy, which I have wanted to read for a little while, which is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Horchett. Yes, a lot of people have been talking about this one. It is a very popular, loved series, and I just really want to read it. I'm kind of in the mood for it, and where I've read 2 epic fantasies this week, I would really like to finish my week off with a nice cozy fantasy. So, Emily Wilde is good at many things. She is a genius scholar and a meticulous researcher who is writing the world's first encyclopedia of fairies lore. But Emily Wilde is not good at people. Same. So when she arrives in the hard scrabble village of Hransvik, Emily has no intention of befriending the gruff townsfolk, nor does she care to spend time with another new arrival, her insufferably dashing rival, Wendell Bambleby. But as Emily gets closer to uncovering the secrets of the Hidden Ones, the most exclusive... why can't I speak? The most elusive of all fairies, she also finds herself on the trail of another mystery. Who is Wendell Brambley? And what does he really want? To find the answer, she'll have to unlock the greatest mystery of all, her own heart. Yes, this sounds like a really cute, cozy fantasy. which I have a lot of, I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start this one, and then I'm gonna come back and update you probably when I'm about halfway, since it's a little bit shorter than the other 2 books we read in this vlog. Hello, I'm coming to update you from the kitchen, which is a bit random, but I haven't updated you in a while because we've just had a lot going on this week. Unfortunately, Blue, the bun, has been poorly again, so we've had all that going on, and also I haven't really read anything, but I have finally made it halfway through Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I started off physically reading it and I wasn't enjoying my time, so I've switched over to just listening to the audiobook, and I'm enjoying that a lot more. I'm typically listening to it on my way to and from work because I haven't got time to read otherwise, but I am enjoying my time. I'm enjoying the characters and the plot. The audiobook narrator is also really good, but yeah, I actually am quite enjoying it now. I'm feeling like a 3-4 star vibe. I think it was the footnotes that were putting me off physically reading it, because I was getting really confused where I had to read the footnotes, and then it was just really confusing. But yeah, just listening to the audiobook, I am actually enjoying my time. I really like Bumblebee as a character, and Emily. I like their kind of banter together. It is a fun time, but I'm just like halfway through now, so I'll probably update you again when I have finished. Don't know when that will be because my life is a mess. So I will speak to you soon. Hello, I'm coming to do an update I wasn't planning on doing, basically. So Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I am on page 200. For a while I was finding this very fast paced. I'm finding it a bit slow now. Things are happening, but it also is feeling quite repetitive, in the sense of one of the things we find out in here, it is brought up twice every chapter, and it's like, yeah, I fucking know, like, give me something else. Also, the relationship between Emily and Bumblebee is very repetitive. They both clearly have feelings for each other, but are both clearly too scared to say anything. And it's like, we've had this since the very beginning of the book. I get it, I understand it. Fucking get on with it. We have 100 pages left. Like, I'm bored. I enjoy the actual encyclopedia part to it, so kind of finding out about the fairies, Emily adding to her book, the footnotes where we find out in details about like the fairies and things, the stories about the fairies I'm really enjoying, but the actual like story between Emily and Bumblebee is alright, but even at 100 pages from the end, I don't really understand. Like, you know, in a book, right, there's usually like a build up to something, whether it's, you know, a child's gone missing, they're finding the child, or there's a war and then at the end of the book you have the war, or, you know, there's the relationship and, you know, build up to the relationship. We have 100 pages left and I don't really know what the rest, the other 200 pages I have read, I don't really know what they're for, because nothing's really happened. I'm still like enjoying it, I'm finding it easy to listen to, but I'm just a bit like, what's the point? But I'm gonna sit, I'm off for the next 4 days, and I think I need some like TLC, so I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna read, well, I'm going to listen to the last 100 pages now, so I can wrap this vlog up. But while doing so, I am currently sorting out my 2025 journal. I've kind of like penciled in, you can't really see because it's penciled in, my spreads and things, and I have like a few spreads to go, and then I can start like adding stickers, adding washi, penning it all out, having it ready, because we're midway through November and my journal's not ready for January, and that freaks me out. So we're gonna get everything penciled out today, and maybe over the next 4 days I'm off, I might start penning it in. I don't know, but yeah, that's my plan, is to finish Emily Wilde's encyclopedia, do this, and then I gotta wait for my brother to get home, because we then have to give the bun her medicine, which is easier said than done, because we currently have to syringe it into her mouth and she doesn't like it. So I need to wait for him to get home so he can hold her while I pop it in her mouth, and then she can be free and she can do what the fuck she wants. And I think I'm going to football with my brother later, so yeah. But yeah, that's all I have to update you on, and I'll update you when I have finished Emily Wilde's encyclopedia. Hello. So I have finished. My hair is so blonde. Mad. Sorry. I haven't done anything apart from washed it, and it just looks so blonde. What a vibe. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies I have finished, and I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I, towards the end, really enjoyed Emily and Wendell's relationship, and I do find them quite cute. However, there was a lot of build up to, as I was saying before, what I was saying before was I don't really know what the build up was, and I've now read it. We got to the build up like 70% of the way through, and then it just all of a sudden sped up, went really quickly. We flew through the whole thing, blinked, and it was over. And I was like, what the fuck? And I just felt like the ending was very rushed and the beginning was very slow. Like, I just think, you know, maybe she could have shortened the beginning and then lengthened the ending out a little bit. I do understand this is a cozy fantasy, but there were like a little bit of political stuff at the end that I think could have been stretched out a bit more. I do really enjoy the characters in this book. I am going to continue into book 2, which is Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherworlds, I believe. And I am going to continue into that and the new release, which comes out next year. Just because I am starting to really enjoy reading Emily and Wendell Bumblebee's story, and I'm hoping they kind of get better as they go on. Looking on Goodreads though, the reviews for this is very mixed from people that I am friends with or follow on Goodreads. There's a lot of people who gave it like 4 or 5 stars and really enjoyed it and said like, I love this book, it's a new favourite, but then there are a lot of people that gave it like 3 or 2 stars who weren't overly happy with it. So it does just seem like it's one of those books that has very mixed reviews. But I am going to continue with the series still. But I am glad to have been like, I've read it. I've finished it. But that is the end of this vlog. This vlog has been going on for too long. It needs to finish. But I believe I am back in my fantasy era. We have had 3 great books in this vlog. Was it a 5? And we have had a variety of ratings. We had 4 stars with Bone Shard Daughter, we had 5 stars with Shadow of the Gods, and then we had a 3 star with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So we've had quite a variety of ratings. I have still really enjoyed reading all 3 books, to be perfectly honest, no matter their ratings. We've started 3 series. I've just realised. Oh my god, I've started 3 series in this vlog. Jesus H Christ. This is just a pain to my existence, isn't it, really? But yeah, I've had a great time. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you made it to the end of the video, leave a mushroom emoji down below to let me know you got to the end of the video. Let me know if you have read any of these books and what your ratings were. I'd be very interested to know, especially with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I'd love to know what everyone's rated that. Like, subscribe if you're new, as we're on our way to 400 subscribers, and I will see you all very soon for another video. Bye.